This video will shake your reality, and by the end, you won't see your life the same way again. Have you ever reached your driveway and realized you don't remember a single moment of the drive? You were awake, eyes were open, but were you really alive? If that feels familiar, it's not your fault. It's the trap almost everyone is in, and it's more dangerous than you think. Because if you're living on autopilot, you're not living, you're programmed. Most people think they're awake because they're busy. They have jobs, families, schedules, but they're not present. They're drifting, and it starts small. One day blends into the next. You scroll, swipe, nod, agree. But when was the last time you really chose something? Today we're going to expose the 5 most alarming signs that you're not living life. Life is living you. But this isn't about diagnosing the problem. It's about reminding you there's a way out that exists. That hidden inside these signs is a key, and by the end of the video, we'll see it together. Because once you see what's keeping you numb, you can finally start to feel alive again. And once you see those signs, you'll never unsee them. What you're about to hear might hurt, but it could also wake you up. So, sign number 1, the memory void. You get to the end of the week, nothing stands out. What did you eat for breakfast on Wednesday? What did you talk about with your partner last night? What did you feel this morning? When your days become copy-paste templates, you're not present. You're running a subconscious loop. The mind does this to conserve energy. It turns novelty into habit. But when everything becomes habit, you stop growing. You stop being. Life only happens in the now. And autopilot is the art of skipping the now. The danger? You could live to 80 years and only truly live for 10 of them. Here's how we know you're in it. You reach for your phone without thinking. You eat meals while watching something that you don't really care about. You experience a full day, but remember none of it by night. A Harvard study found that the average person spends 47% of their waking hours thinking about something other than what they're doing. That means nearly half of your life vanishes without you even noticing. Sign 2, you stop asking why. Why do you wake up at that time? Why do you check your phone first? Why do you eat what you eat, say what you say, and believe what you believe? If you don't know, I guarantee you someone else does. And the second you stop asking why, you're no longer the author of your life. You become a character in someone else's script. The school system didn't teach you to question. It taught you to conform, work, obey, repeat. And here's the quiet rebellion. Ask why. Ask it so much it burns. Ask until the walls of your mental prison start to shake. You didn't choose your language, or your name, or your religion, or your first job. So when exactly did you start living as you? The moment you ask, why am I even doing this? You've already started to wake up. Because autopilot loves comfort, but truth doesn't care if it's comfortable. It only cares if it's real. Sign number 3, your dreams feel distant. When was the last time you asked yourself, what is your dream? Remember that dream you had as a kid, the wild one, the big one? When did you trade it in? Autopilot tells you to settle. Life is about bills and balance, not boldness. But here's the truth. Dreams don't die. They get buried under shoulds. You should get a real job. You should be realistic. You should be grateful for what you have. All valid, but also all traps. Because dreams are not luxuries. They're signals from the deeper self, the part of you that remembers why you came here. Every time you ignore that signal, you move one step closer to regret. And the thing about regret, it doesn't scream. It whispers softly every night before bed. What if you had tried? What if there was more? I know what this feels like. A few years ago, I was buried in a business that looked successful on the outside, but was slowly crushing me from the inside. The pressure, the anxiety, the endless firefighting. I was breathing, but barely. I looked alive, but I wasn't. I was surviving a script I never meant to write, and it nearly broke me. If you're nodding your head right now, drop a "that's me" in the comments. Let others know that they're not alone. If you're still watching, you're not the average person scrolling on autopilot. You're part of the few who are starting to see. And that's what the Maverick Mind is about: breaking the loop, reclaiming your consciousness, choosing to wake up. So if you're new here, join the rebellion. Because this isn't just content, it's consciousness warfare. And we need every awake mind we can get. And if you want to help bring more people into this journey, consider becoming a co-creator on Patreon. Your support fuels videos like this and the ones most creators won't touch. Now, let's get into the sign that most people never recognize. Sign 4. Nothing shocks you anymore. You're drowning in information. World disasters, scandals, breakthroughs, mass layoffs, species dying, and most people just keep scrolling. You've become numb, desensitized. Whatever, that's life. It's just the way it is. No, that's not life. That's sedation. When nothing shocks you anymore. You've lost connection to your nervous system. And that's not just emotional, it's spiritual. The soul should be moved. You should weep at injustice. You should feel awe at a sunrise. Autopilot replaces awe with apathy. It kills the sacred quietly. How do you reclaim it? You unplug, sit in silence, watch the world breathe. Let yourself feel everything again, even if it hurts, especially if it hurts. Sign 5. Time feels like a trap. When you're living authentically, time flies and expands. But when you're on autopilot, time becomes your jailer. You check the clock constantly. You dread Mondays, live for weekends, and the phrase, "just get through the day," becomes your silent mantra. But life isn't something to get through. It's not a checklist. It's a gift with an expiration date you'll never see coming. And here's the final twist. The moment you realize you're trapped by time, you've already found the key. Because awareness is the doorway. Bonus side, the lost synchronicity. You used to feel magic in coincidences, moments that felt like they meant something. You used to believe the universe was speaking to you, but now it's just static. That silence isn't real. You just stopped listening. Synchronicity isn't a fantasy. It's awareness in motion. When you come off autopilot, the signs return. The magic returns. You return. I know this from my own experience that the more that I see synchronicity in my life, the more that I know I'm on the right path. So what do you do with this awakening? Do you let it burn? Let it burn away the numbness, the excuses, the fake smiles, the dead routines? Because the truth is, you were never meant to live small. This world didn't need another cog in the machine. It needed you. Fully awake, fully alive. The kind of person who doesn't just survive a system but breaks it. The real revolution isn't out there, it's in here. When you reclaim your attention, your time, your truth, you become dangerous to every system built that depends on your unconsciousness. So now, you're not crazy for wanting more. You're not lost. You're just waking up. That ache you feel isn't a problem. It's a signal that you're finally alive. Your soul remembers what your mind forgot. Now, if this video pulled you out of your sleep, drop a comment below and share which sign hit you the hardest. And if you're ready to keep waking up, watch the next video. How powerful is the subconscious mind? You think you're ready to wake up? Then watch this, because your subconscious has been calling the shots all along. This is the Maverick Mind. We're not here to survive. We're here to remember what it means to be alive. Thank you.